In this video, I'm going to be telling you guys everything that we know so far about the Torchlight and Metamaterials merger. Because there are some things that we do know, but there are also some things that we don't know. So let's start with the things that we do know first. Hello, I'm not a financial advisor, as the sign says, so let's get right into this video. What do we know about the Torchlight Metamaterials merger? Well, according to the CEO of Torchlight, we can confirm a few things. Torchlight shares will be turning into MMAT. Now, Metamaterials' current ticker symbol is MMATF. So technically, both ticker symbols are getting changed. But yeah, the new combined ticker symbol will end up being MMAT. We also knew that for every one Torchlight share that you owned, you would be getting one share of the new company, also known as MMAT. We knew this because they talked about how Torchlight shareholders would receive 25% equity, and then the Metamaterials shareholders would receive 75% equity. With that being said, if you currently own MMATF ticker symbol, you will be getting 3 shares for every 1 share that you own. So if you own 10 shares of MMATF, after everything is finalized, you will then have 30 shares of the new ticker symbol MMAT. Whereas if you have 10 shares of Torchlight, you will now have 10 shares of MMAT. Pretty straightforward. We sort of knew that, but it wasn't confirmed because the whole 25% to 75% just wasn't really clear, but now we know. And we also know that if you own Torchlight shares, you will be receiving a special dividend, which was announced in the CEO's tweet as a Series A preferred dividend, which just is a bunch of words for just a normal dividend. There's nothing really crazy about it. It's just professional lingo, if you will. And you will be receiving a dividend as a result of the sale of Torchlight's assets. So here's what we don't know, though. Most of the things that we don't know are pretty much just dates. We don't know when things are going to be happening. For example, we don't know the cutoff date that you need to have owned Torchlight shares in order to qualify for the special dividend. They said in a press release that the company expects the business combination transaction to be completed by March 19th, 2021, which was technically yesterday, Friday, upon the satisfaction of waiver and conditions, blah, 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 blah. More words that don't actually tell us anything, because that whole phrase of the company expects the business combination transaction to be completed, what does that even mean? No one knows what that means. So it's not clear that if you are to buy Torchlight shares after the 19th, that you will still qualify for the special dividend. And if you do know this tidbit of knowledge that I could not find after scouring the internet, please feel free to let me know, and then let me know where you found that information, because that would also be helpful as well. I also saw somewhere that shareholders have 30 to 60 days to schedule a shareholder meeting to essentially finalize the deal. So does that mean 30 to 60 days after March 19th or another randomly specified date? But even then, that shareholder meeting has not been finalized yet. So we don't know when that's going to be taking place. However, some analysts do expect that to be taking place sometime in the second quarter, which is about the next 2 to 3 months. And then last but not least, we don't know the special dividend amount. We know shareholders are getting a dividend, but we don't know how much. And, obviously, if you spend 4 minutes on the internet researching this stuff, you can find estimates from people saying that anywhere from $15 to 25 cents. Because the special dividend is solely based upon the assets that Torchlight is going to sell. So some people believe that Torchlight's assets are worth a lot of money, and most of the internet, analysts included, believe that Torchlight's assets are basically worthless, which is why they're even agreeing to this business combination. So we don't know how much of a special dividend is going to be worth, and that could leave investors who maybe have their hopes set a little bit too high disappointed if they receive a dividend that is significantly lower than they were expecting. So with all of that being said, there is no catalysts for Torchlight except for the merger vote that is expected to take place in the 30 to 60 day time frame. This company isn't making anything anymore. It's at a point where it's liquidating or attempting to liquidate all of its assets. Technically, the only reason that you should be holding Torchlight right now is to basically stand in line for Meta. Because the stock price, unless you're planning on getting out before the actual merger, the stock price of Torchlight doesn't matter. the only thing that matters is metamaterials. So if there are no catalysts for the stock in the next basically 2 months or so, then there's really no reason for the stock price to be going up or down significantly, because fundamentally there's no reason for the stock to be moving in either direction. So if you are holding the stock and you are waiting for the merger to be completed, don't get discouraged if another week goes by and the stock hasn't done anything, or maybe it's down, like 1% or something, because there's no reason for it to do anything until the merger vote happens. I'm assuming once that happens, it might get a pop, but there shouldn't even be any news coming out that could make the stock go up or down. I would very much imagine a flat line until the merger happens, or at least the merger vote. Can I be wrong? 100%. Will I be wrong? I don't know. Only time will tell. And as more information about this comes out, if we get more finalized dates and just news, obviously I will be making videos. So if you want to see those, feel free to subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. What do you guys think is going to happen? What's your guys' time frame? What do you guys think that the special dividend payout is going to be? Let me know your thoughts. And as always, I will see you guys next video.